if you guys... Oh, hold on. You guys... Oh, hello, hello. Okay, I think we should be good now. I forgot to hit the live button. All right. Okay. All right, let me know if you guys can hear me well. I'm going to have Discord up here real quick, just in case. So, I know that you guys are just popping in. So hey guys, hey Hammond Gaming, hey Anton Grayson, what's up? So I'm not gonna go into depth yet because we're gonna let some people roll in here soon. But it's just gonna be me for right now. There's really no one else. This was kind of an impromptu, quick stream that I wanted to do just to address a couple things. Hey Godzilla Reader, what's up, man? So I don't think this is going to be too long of a stream, but I wanted it to be a stream, not just a video, because I wanted to answer some questions. I want to do like a small little Q&A thing going on. So yeah. All right. So everything sounds good, looking good. Yeah. Cool. All right. So you guys can hear me. Good, good, good. Let's see here. Let me see if I can just bring this right here, because that way I can look at that. Let's put this here. All right. Okay, so it looks like you guys are coming in, which is great. Awesome. All right. I think I'm gonna give it about another 5 minutes or so to see if we can get some more people coming in. Because I don't want to, have to repeat myself if I can't help it. All right. So it looks like we have about a couple people coming in, which is good. Good, good, good. All right. Let's see here. Okay. We're live on the channel, which is good. Okay. All right. Should be good. Okay. Yeah, so I'll give it like about a minute more just to see if we can get some more people in, because I really do want to hopefully I want to get the most amount of people to come in to listen to this, because it's a bit of important information. It's nothing too horrible though. So Hammond, I know that you're like worried about you know, bringing bad news and all that stuff. It's not really bad news. It's more just kind of letting you guys know what's going on, because we've been very quiet the last couple months, and I just wanted to kind of address what's been going on just behind the scenes, because I like to be transparent with you guys, let you know what's going on, so that we're all on the same page, so that no one's wondering how we're doing. So but yes, it is just me right now. Everyone else is out doing their own thing. This was an idea that I wanted to do. I literally came up with it yesterday, asked Nico if it was cool. He said yeah, he might be in for the stream, but I'm not too sure because he has school right now. So I'm not sure. So yeah, Anton, I don't know how to leave timestamps on streams. So yeah, timestamps are not going to happen. So you just have to kind of scroll through until you find the right thing. So all right. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, so let's get into it. So what is this stream about? Why am I addressing the state of the channel, and what, like, is this bad news? Is this good news? Like, what's going on? We've been quiet for a very long time, and I'm gonna bring up I'm gonna be looking at some stuff behind the scenes here so I can kind of get some dates right. So to be completely honest, guys, we have been working on stuff behind the scenes, and we've just been very quiet, and we haven't been doing any community meetings because we just have nothing new to show you guys, and we just don't want to waste your time with all that stuff. All right, got a couple more people. Joey Sullivan, hey, what's up? And Godzilla Kiryu, hey. All right. So, yeah. So the last community meeting we had was 3 months ago. That was community meeting number 10. Yeah, so since then we have not really had a lot going on in terms of productivity, like getting stuff out. We I kind of don't know how this is impromptu, so I didn't really script anything out. I didn't really plan how I was going to structure this. So I'm just going to go with it. Hey, Gabe Del Toro, what's up? So first off, I would say probably the most important thing, probably the number one project that we're doing is Kenshin Chaos. Like, what the hell is going on with Kenshin Chaos? Where has that been? Hey, Reptile 7876, what's up? The so I'm gonna go into the video archives here. The last Kenshin Chaos episode 3 was Kudajir versus Biolante. That was 8 months ago. That's really long. Yeah, that is really long, and that's a lot longer than I would like it to be to have another episode come out since then. But yeah, that sucks. And the thing is when I so what was it, about a year ago, I think, when I returned to the studio, I kind of had this big plan to kind of get us back on track to like really have this cool thing. We did like a rebrand, we did all this stuff, and it started with the video Welcome to Kenshin Studios, that was about a year ago. So no, actually it was a little more than a year ago. I think the Welcome to Kenshin Studios video, I'm looking at it right now, that was September 5th, 2020. So okay, I guess it is still about a year ago that we came out with that. And that was supposed to be like this big rebrand, kind of refresh, kind of like, okay, like boom, let's go. We got all these fresh ideas, and yeah, we're doing great. Well, we decided, we did the community meetings, which was great. We did 2 community meetings since that refresh. We did community 1 and 2, and then we opened up a Patreon. That was like the big thing. We wanted to have a Patreon, and we had this whole set plan ready for it and all that good stuff. And then we also made a new series that we wanted to do, which was our Kenshin Plays series. And I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions of like, the kind of content that you guys want to see, the kind of content that you expect, and the kind of content that you just don't care about. Because I think the problem is I don't know if lately the team has been, so spread thin with all these different kind of content pieces that we've been trying to make, that it's been slowing us down. But there are other reasons why things have been slowing down. But anyways, so we had this big like push to start like this new era of Kenshin Studios. And that's when we called in to get more help. So that's when we got Brandon for our video editor. That's when we got Kyle and Robert for our new animators, because what was happening at the time is that Sean was leaving us as our main animation expert. And I mean, I gotta say, guys, and he knows, and and this is I'm not talking negative towards whatever anybody here. I'm just stating the facts that when Sean left being our main animator, that definitely hit us real hard, because Sean was like super good at like getting stuff done. He was just able to do Kenshin Chaos really well. I mean, he was our main animator. That's why. So when we got Robert and Kyle to join the team, that was supposed to be supporting. They were supposed to help support the workload that Sean was having to do. But then Sean wanted to leave, and he felt that that it was time. Obviously, Sean is still in the group now because he came back as a animation. What's the word? He helps. He's now kind of the support. So it's kind of flipped. So now Kyle and Robert are the ones who are doing the main animation of the bulk of what we're doing in terms of Kenshin Chaos. And then Sean now is just kind of coming in and just kind of helping out with like anything that needs to, if there's like slight VFX here or whatever, that's just kind of the thing that he does now. So he's more of, he's not as involved in the group as he used to be, if that makes sense. But it's still good to have him. I still love having Sean on the team as advisor. Thank you, Hamid. That's what I was thinking of, advisor. He's our animation advisor now. But that still takes a toll because Robert and Kyle have their own lives as well. And this is the thing that we wanted to do the Patreon for, was because it all comes down to, and I've said this many times on the channel before, that none of us are getting paid for any of this work. So it's really hard to make content a priority when you have other things in life, other responsibilities that you got to get to that are not, that are paying the bills or whatever. So all of us in the studio, we have jobs, we have lives, we have other things we have to get to, and we also have other creative endeavors. You guys know I have my own brand. I have CJ Cooper's Productions that I'm doing a lot of stuff on, and that's taking up a lot of time because I'm trying to get that up on the ground or up off the ground, trying to really, do things with that. And Sean, he's trying to do his own portfolio with his animation. He's trying to land a really big gig with some kind of company to be an animator, and the others have school. I mean, we also have school to deal with. So like we're all in college pretty much, and so it's really tough for us to take time to really work on these big projects. And I think that's what kind of, it sucks because Nico and I have all these really cool ideas that we want to make, and they're ambitious. It's just the problem is the man work, or the manpower we need to get those ideas running. I wish Nico and I could animate too, because that would help speed things along, but we don't. I have no skills in animation whatsoever, and that's why we need to find people that can help with that. Regardless, that's kind of the main issue that's been going on, is that all of us have just our own personal things that we have to attend to that are more important than Kenshin Studios at the moment. And that's why I was hoping that the Patreon was going to take off and that we are going to help financial wise. Well, that didn't really work because as we were going through the months, the Patreon, the first time we launched Patreon, we were making $60 a month, which was good at the time. I mean, that was a perfect launch. I mean, we were doing really good, and we tried to have these rewards and these tiers that would make sense to what people would be doing. And we decided to go with a monthly option instead of a pay per content drop option that Patreon has as well. And the problem is long story short, our Patreon wasn't making sense because we weren't able to put out the right amount of content, or the keep up the pace of content that would make it worth having a Patreon. If I was someone who was looking out or looking in, whatever the saying is, and I was, if I was a fan of Kenshin Studios and I saw that they had a Patreon, I'd be like, oh, that's cool, I would support them. But I would not want to, because they're not putting out enough content. They're not putting out a lot of content that I really care about. And so we tried to do Kenshin Plays. We did, we did 4 episodes of Phasmophobia, which I'm going to be honest, guys, the views are not there. No, we have over 1.24 thousand subscribers, and the Kenshin Plays videos have been getting a little bit over 50. So where are all those people, right? Like, where are all the subscribers that are watching that stuff? Nowhere. They don't want to watch that stuff because, to be honest, that's not what Kenshin Studios is about. We're not about doing Let's Plays. That's not what our channel, or what our brand was, meant to be. Yes, Hammer Gaming, an outsider looking in. That's what I was thinking of. And it was an idea to fill, the point of Kenshin Plays was to fill the gap in between our big content releases. We were planning to have Kenshin Chaos release on a monthly basis. Kenshin Chaos Season 1 was supposed to be done by now. Like, we were supposed to be finished with that. We were supposed to be now on Season 2 and doing a lot more stuff. It just didn't happen that way. And, we then tried to have these little Kenshin Studio Vault videos, which, those did a little better, obviously, because those were a little bit more interesting, but those still haven't brought enough attention to what we need. And of course, I still look at Kenshin Chaos, and yeah, that's been getting thousands of views. The Kenshin Chaos episode 2 has about 8,000 views. So that's obviously what people are looking for, which makes sense. I get that. That makes sense because that's what Kenshin Studios was founded on, was animation. It was fan-made Godzilla animations, all that kind of stuff. We're not here to make Let's Plays of video games that people already play, or like things that Markiplier would play, or PewDiePie, or whatever, So let's see, I'm looking at the thing here. Then we tried to do a podcast idea. So we had our podcast, the Kenshin Cast, and the first 2 episodes were about Godzilla vs. Kong. And I'm going to be honest with you guys again, that was clearly marketing reasons. We were just like, oh, hey, Godzilla vs. Kong is coming out. That's hot. Let's just do something related to that. Maybe that can get us a little bit more attention. Not really. Out of the, like I said, 1.24K subs, only about 300 people cared about that podcast episode. And it's funny because, Godzilla vs. Kong is like, at the time was really hot, right? Everyone views and all that stuff. Apparently no one cared. And it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate the views. Of course I do. And I appreciate the people that supported really anything that we do. But I get it. I get that people aren't here to see a podcast. They're not here to see gameplay footage. That's I get that. Um, and so that's kind of where we're at. And then obviously we did Kenshin play. We did Among Us, which was once again, I got to be honest with you guys. I'm being completely transparent. I was not thrilled to do Among Us. I wasn't. I wasn't thrilled to do the Among Us playthrough because when I look at Among Us, I think that's the farthest thing we could get from what we do. That's YouTube fodder content. That's what like Let's Players play just to get a bunch of views because Among Us is like one of those popular internet meme games. And I'm just not about that. I'm not. So we had a meeting a couple weeks ago from the studio. We had a meeting and we were all talking about how we feel about the content that we're releasing. In terms of Kenshin Plays, I still think it's fun to do it, but I think we need to keep it in the categories of kaiju / Japanese-esque kind of stuff, if that makes sense. So one of the next kind of Kenshin Plays that we want to do, and obviously we still have to put out the next 2 episodes of Among Us, which for me, I'm like, whatever. Like at this point, it's kind of mute, but I know that we still got to get that out because Brandon is working on that right now. And he said that he's almost done with it. So, I mean, if you are a fan of watching the Among Us videos, there's 2 more coming out. Stay tuned for that. I have no idea when it's coming out. But in terms of future Kenshin Plays videos, we're not necessarily going to scrap the Kenshin Plays idea. We're just going to try to reel it back into something that's a little bit more kaiju related, something that's more in the universe or in the ballpark where we're at. So the idea that we came up with is the next Kenshin Plays that we thought of could be Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee, where we all play the game and we all play it on like the hardest difficulty, and we try to beat it as quick as we can. That's so like Godzilla, of course, like that's staying in sort of our niche audience, but still doing something that's different-ish, and that can somewhat fill a gap here going on. And yes, Anton, I don't mean, okay, when I say no one cared, I guess that's a little bit of a harsh way to say it. I just mean that the attention wasn't there. It just wasn't, like I said, the majority of people that come to our Kenshin Studios, they don't come to watch gameplay stuff like that. If you watched our Among Us stuff or the Phasmophobia, or if you watch every one of our videos and you like it, you comment, you support it, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm not disregarding anyone for actually watching that content. I'm just saying the majority of our subscribers, when you have to look at it this way, we have over 1,000 people subscribed to this channel, and only 50 of those people watched one video. To me, that says that there's not that attention there. If we put out Kenshin Chaos, I guarantee you we would be getting our full subscriber base to watch that video because that's what they're here for. Like that's what you guys are here for. So I guess I should say, instead of I should clarify myself then. Instead of saying not cared, I should say not interested. Like that. I guess that's a big difference. Yeah, like that's my bad then, I guess. Not saying not cared, not interested would be a more respectful way to say it. So, yes. So that's kind of with the Kenshin Plays. We're not thinking of scrapping it, but we're just going to try and bring it back to more of like what is similar to our, demographic of what we do. Kaiju stuff, monsters, Japanese-esque, kind of whatever. Then the podcast stuff. The podcasting, I mean, obviously I like doing the podcast a little bit more than Kenshin Plays because the podcast is fun because that's a way for us to talk about whatever. In fact, we're still trying to schedule our next podcast episode, which is going to be about Godzilla, the Heisei series, where Nico and I are going to debate on which was the better movie to end on. Was it Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 or was it Godzilla vs. Destroyer? Like, which one was the best one? Like, would have Mechagodzilla been the best one to end it on, or would have Destroyer, is Destroyer the one that was good? Yeah, Hamid. For instance, I have brought that up a lot. I brought up like Earth Defense Force would be a really fun game, I think, for the team to play for Kenshin Chaos, or for Kenshin Plays. like I said, the next one we're trying to make Destroy Monsters Melee. We're just trying to keep it in that ballpark, that realm that we're known for. Yeah. Um. So then with the podcast, we're still trying to make that happen. We're still trying to get the next episode ready. We've been talking to our special guest that's going to be appearing on that, and we just have to find a time to do so. Um, so that's with that. The last thing that obviously was kind of a bigger point was Gabber's Bad Day. We put out a teaser, a first teaser, which was 2 months ago, and we had a sneak peek, which was about a month ago. In terms of Gabber's Bad Day, I honestly thought that it was going to be done a lot quicker. I did not think that the series was going to take this long, but it's just once again because of a lot of things that are going on in terms of like other people's lives. So Toku Society is the one that's he's the one that's animating the whole series. We commissioned him out. We took a little bit of our savings from our Patreon money, and we've paid him to work on that stuff. So that's what I'm telling is like the most important thing about the Patreon is that if we can have a budget, if we can actually have funds, we can actually get this stuff commissioned out to get done. The only problem is that Toku Society has other projects he's also a part of and other responsibilities that he's having to do. So he's not just exclusively working on Gabber's Bad Day, he's also working on other stuff too. And including one of the big things I think he's working on is the Godzilla Save the Earth overhaul game or mod or something that team's doing. So he's a part of that, which is a bigger deal too. So that's kind of taking his time up as well. But I can say that he has told us episode 1 of Gabber's Bad Day should be done by the end of this month. If anything, and I can't promise this, but if anything, you guys might be able to see that first episode before this month is over. If not, it would be, I hope, early October. I hope. I can't really say because he's just working on so many other things. And it's just hard to give those release dates because we just don't want to do that. In terms of the rest of the series, because there's 6 episodes in total with Gabber's Bad Day. If you guys remember from the Goji fan days, there were 6 videos of that series. Well, unfortunately, with the way that Toku Society's schedule is playing out, he kind of gave me a rundown of how the schedule would work. And I'm going to read it here. And I really need to make it clear. These dates are so subject to change. Like these are the most, don't take these seriously. Like these dates are just a quick glimpse at an estimate at how this might turn out. So I'm trying to find the message that he gave here, but I'm thinking, okay, here it is. So, all right. And that's the other problem too. Yes, Hammond Game, and I'm hoping that Gabber's Bad Day will still have some relevance too. Like if it takes so long, like would people care anymore? I don't know. Or would they be interested anymore? I don't know. So this is what Toku Society told me about how the dates are going to work. So he said, so if everything goes well, and I seriously, really take this with a grain of salt. This is not a confirmation of the actual release dates. This is an estimate, and it definitely will be subject to change. Okay. So if everything goes well, you can expect episode 2 by November. So if we get episode 1, we get it at the end of this month. So then episode 2 would be November. Then he says episode 3 would be by March. And it looks like he's actually working on some stuff for Daikaiju Legends, which that's for December. So that's going to push him out. So he's going to have to take a break for Gabber's Bad Day and then get back to it and then hopefully have it done by March. Episode 4 will be done by June or July, and episode 5 by September. Now, you guys see what I'm saying here? This means next September, a year from now, we're going to get episode 5. So that's how long of this process is going to be. I did not expect it to be that long. To be completely honest, I thought we were going to be able to release all these in 1 month, so it was going to take 6 months to release the whole series. That's not going to be the case. I severely underestimated how long the production was going to take for it. So episode 5 by September and episode 6 by next November. So that would be November 2021 is what he's estimating. All of this is estimates. Nothing that's set in stone. I am obviously a little bit, it sucks that it's going to take that long to have this whole series done, especially the fact that Gabber's Bad Day was conceptualized for Kenshin Studios, or it was an idea that I came up with for Kenshin Studios to do an animated version of it, because it was going to be something very simple, because it was very, funny and like lighthearted. It wasn't like the amount of work that goes into making a Kenshin Chaos episode. Apparently it is, though. And I really want to stress, I am not mad at Toku Society, because he told me he has other responsibilities he's having to tend to. I get it. I'm not mad at him or anything like that. I'm just sad at the surrounding elements of it, that it's going to take that long. It's not his fault. It's just of what it is. That's what's disappointing about it. Not him, the surrounding situation. So that's with Gabber's Bad Day, if that clears up that. Gabber's Bad Day is going to be a long process, so I'm really sorry about that, guys, that it's going to take that long to basically complete the series. In terms of Kenshin Chaos, that's it. Kind of the name makes sense. It is chaos. This production of Kenshin Chaos, this season 1, has been a nightmare so far to get out. We've been trying to put out little snips and teasers and all that stuff. The only thing that's 100% done with Kenshin Chaos episode 4 is the soundtrack. Vinny finished the track for it, which is amazing. I highly recommend you guys listen to it. And that's the only thing that's done so far, though, is the music. Now I'm going to read off what our animators have told me in terms of how they've been doing. So in terms with Kyle, in Kyle's Redox, so Kyle said that he is about 75% finished with his section, and I believe that both of Robert and Kyle are both like they're like on the last segment of it, because we break up our episodes of Kenshin Chaos into 3 parts. We have our intro, our middle part, and then our ending. So I would assume that they're saying that they're done with around, they're at that final arc, that act part, whatever. So the other thing is that Redox and both Robert have they have classes and a job, so they're trying to get as much done as they can, but they've just had a lot of personal stuff that has been needing to get done first, which I'm a huge advocate on making sure that your personal life gets figured out and set in place before you do anything else. So that's the thing. I also want you to know, Hammond Gaming, that the new Kenshin Chaos episode better be worth the wait. I hope it is, but you also have to remember, episode 4 is the first episode where Kyle and Robert are animating it. Sean is not the one who's animating this. So the animation quality is going to be very different compared to the first 3 episodes with episode 4. But from what I've seen, and from what you guys have seen with the teasers, it does look really damn good. So I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. It's just the problem is it has taken so long to come out that I am just wondering if the interest is still there. So that's the issue there. But don't be so hyped for it. Like, I don't want expectations to be up here, because I don't want you guys to be disappointed. So I'm hoping it'll still be fun, but we'll see. In terms of the rest of the series, because we still have what are we at? This episode 4. So we have 5 more episodes to do after that, because we have about a 10 episode roster here. We're trying desperately to figure out what to do at this point. We're trying to grab maybe other animators that can help us, that can come in and help work on the other episodes. We're trying to split up work here. There's a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and this stuff I can't go into too much detail, but we're trying. All I can say is that we're trying to find other animators that can come in and help. And whether that is for a commission price, or if they do it for free, we're just seeing if we can, get that going. So, in terms of Kenshin Chaos, guys, I have no clue when it's going to be done. Obviously, it's definitely not going to be finished before the end of this year's up. So Kenshin Chaos Season 1 will continue into 2022, which was totally not the plan. Like I said, Kenshin Chaos Season 1 was supposed to be finished almost kind of like last year. Like, really, we weren't even supposed to be working on it this year. 2021 was supposed to be for Gabra's Bad Day, and I think Season 2 of Kenshin Chaos. If I remember our little promo roadmap. But that roadmap, by the way, that I showed you guys a long time ago, if you guys remember that roadmap that kind of had like all our projects lined up, that thing is completely irrelevant now. It has no, that's gone. It's not there. So, that's kind of where we're at with Kenshin Chaos. We have no idea when that's going to get done, and that's a little depressing. So, I don't want this whole live stream to be doom and gloom, but I just want to be realistic with you guys. Like, I'm not going to say everything is going great and that we're working hard and things are going to come out, because honestly, I'm not sure. Because ever since our refresh, our reboot, nothing has gone according to plan with what we wanted to do. Nothing has. So that's just what kind of sucks about it. Let me take this off here. So that's kind of that. What else? Yeah, Kenshin Plays, I already talked about that. Podcast talked about it. Kenshin Chaos, Gabra's Bad Day. The other future projects we have, I have no idea. I mean, those are, we still want to do those projects that were on our roadmap, but I can't even tell you when we'll get started on those. In terms of good news, though, I will say Nico has been working on a secret story that I'm not going to say what it is because I think it's really exciting. He's been working on a secret story that I think is going to be really exciting and something that I don't think will take a lot of production work to do. So we're hoping, I have to still meet with him and talk to him about developing and all that. But I think by next year, we can at least have some kind of series that can be somewhat consistent, because it's not gonna be an animation. I'll tell you that. It's gonna be something different, and hopefully it's something that we can come out with on a consistent basis. In terms of a big movie, like the last big thing we did was Wrath of the Hybrid. Something like that, I have no idea when that's gonna happen. We want to, but no idea. Kaiju Fantasy Battle Season 2. Yeah, that again, no idea. To be honest, I have been sitting on a teaser trailer that we've made that was supposed to be the announcement. It was supposed to be the official trailer teaser announcement, but I've been holding off on uploading it because everything else has been backed up. So there's no point in putting out another project that isn't done yet when we still have two more, Kenshin Chaos and Gabra's Bad Day, that aren't even done. So I don't want to put out another teaser trailer for another project that you guys are still going to have to wait on. So I don't want to do that. So I'm holding off on this trailer. It's awesome, but I'm gonna have to hold off on it because the Kaiju Fantasy Battle Season 2 is something that's going to be a different process as well. That's going to involve a GoFundMe because we definitely need funds for that, because we're going to be asking, we have this list of animators that we want to go to make these episodes, and we need money for it. Like, we're going to have a fund for it. There's no way around it. We're not going to be able to ask all these people to do it for free. It's just not going to happen. So that's that. Yeah. And in terms of Patreon, obviously you guys know that we've really just de-emphasized Patreon, because right now it makes no sense to have you guys pay for a Patreon, because we're coming out with nothing. You guys are paying nothing. Now, for the people who are on Patreon, because I'm looking right now, and there still are people. We have 5 members on our Patreon, and we're still getting money. We're getting $12 per month. And for you guys, thank you, because you guys are like supporting us on like this. It's like a life support system, and like you guys are feeding a little bit here and there, and that money is definitely being put away towards budgets. But I to be honest, $12 a month is not going to be able to pay animators and concept artists, whatever, to be able to do something crazy. So the budget, Hamid Gaming for Fantasy Battle, I mean, what did we come up with? I can't remember at the top of my head, but I know it's well over $100 to $200 or something like that. So it's going to be a little pricey, but it would be really worth it, I think. But that's for later. That's when we actually come out with the GoFundMe. So, but in terms of the other reason why things are so slow, and it just relates to Patreon, is that funding. We just have a lack of funding right now, guys. It sucks because I asked the team, and I just kind of I told them, like, I missed the time when we were making Wrath of the Hybrid, because all the circumstances that surrounded that project development was so great. None of us had really a lot of adult responsibilities. We didn't have jobs really. That's why we got it done, because we had a lot of this free time and no one really cared about getting paid for it. We were just going for it. So it kind of sucks now because everyone is now doing their own thing and we're all having to figure out our own lives, and we all have our own projects that we're doing. I'm going to leave that a little bit later, but in terms of everyone having their personal lives to deal with and lack of funding and priority, that's why Kenshin Studios has just been so quiet, because literally that's just what's been going on. Like it's just not, if some investor, and if you're listening, Mr. Investor, I don't know, if some investor would come down and say, hey, I'll give you a $10,000 check or something, I'll give you guys some kind of money stream where you guys can actually produce your ideas, hell, we would be on it. We'd be like, let's go, let's do it. Nico, we got all these cool ideas. Boom, let's run with it. Let's actually make this content. Let's hire these people. Let's do it. We would make it this big production. Trust me. We just don't have that. We just don't have the budget. We don't have the funds. We don't have the money. That's just what it is. That's the entertainment world. If you don't have money, you don't have content. That's just what it is. Yeah, unless you want little scraps like Kenshin Chaos here and there, or Kenshin Plays, or the podcasts of things that can be done for free, but they're just not on the level that we want to be at, or in terms of animation stuff. So that's that issue as well. So the last thing, that we did was about a month ago, and that was that sneak peek for Guyver's Animated. And since then, we just literally had nothing else. Now, I will say, I got to give some props to Nico, though. He's been doing a lot of stuff on the side where he's been doing these pop-up streams. And these pop-up streams, I think, have been a really fun idea for him to, just connect with you guys and just be able to do some fun things. But, obviously they haven't been archived because we don't want our videos to be flooded with just live stream gameplay, because once again, that's not really what we're about. But that's just, I think that is a really cool way to kind of help do something for the channel, at least in the meantime, until we can get our feet back up. But it's not enough, obviously, to like really go. Yeah. So let's see here. I'm trying to see if I can, I'll save a Q&A for later, for once I'm done with this ramble. So I don't think there's anything else I need to talk about in terms of like projects or announcements or things like that. But I just want to tell you guys that, we're still working on stuff. We are. It's just slow. It's just super slow. And like I said, all of us have our own other creative things we're doing. And I'm to blame for it too. I've been working really hard on CJ Cooper's productions. That's been like my main thing for right now. I just put out like a book, like an auto or a memoir thing that's going for this month. Next month, I have this huge Halloween project that I'm working on. November, I'm going to be doing Godzilla Month 2021 again. So if you guys know my channel, there's a lot of stuff I'm doing on that side. So that's also taking up time on my end. And then, Nico has his school that he's doing. Kyle and Robert, they're doing their school and personal life stuff. Brandon is also doing personal life stuff. Sean is trying to find a job in the actual industry where we're the professionals, so he's working on that stuff. And Vinny actually just finished, well, not just finished, it was, I think, about a couple months ago, but he actually graduated from his culinary school. So, he's been working on that, and he's been, I think, if I remember this correctly, he can correct me if I'm wrong about this, but he's trying to actually find a job where he can be a cook and actually work in a place. So like, that's a big thing for him too. So all of us are, and then I also have my daytime job and school. So not only am I working with Kenshin Studios, I'm doing CJ Cooper's productions, I'm also doing school, and I have my daytime job, my job that actually pays my bills. So that's a juggling act. That's a lot of stuff to handle at once. So that's why everything is slow. So that's kind of where we're at right now, guys. And to be honest, I can't tell you what the future is going to look like for the channel, because everything has not gone the way we've planned it to for like the last 2 years. It's, or I would say the last year. The last year has been really tough for the team. We've all been, I wouldn't say depressed about how things have happened, but I'd just say that it's probably disheartening to see how the channel has kind of slowed down and we're just not having as much fun as we used to with stuff. And that's just because we haven't been able to release this content and have you guys watch and be excited about, giving you guys that entertainment. So unless some miracle happens where Gabber's Bad Day episode 1 comes out and that just blows up and takes off, and that is like our snowball effect, or some very generous investor wants to come over and give us this revenue stream where we can actually produce this content in a timely manner, I have no idea what's going to happen, guys. I'll tell you now, I don't think anything of closure of the channel is going to happen. Nico, I don't think would let that happen. Nico would keep this channel up as long as he could. So I wouldn't be worried about like the thing being deleted or whatnot. But yeah, I don't really know where we're gonna go from here. I have some plans that I'm trying to think of. I'm just trying to think of ideas to kind of resurrect the channel in a way, because it's weird. We're still getting an influx of subscribers, but it's weird because it seems like those subscribers aren't doing anything. So it's interesting. Yeah. So I think that's all I have for you guys in terms of that. So basically, to sum it up, the state of the channel, where we're at right now, is very uncertain. I'm not trying to be super depressing about it, but I got to be realistic with you guys, because I don't want you guys expecting, content to be coming up when literally nothing is going on. We're trying really hard to finish Kenshin Chaos episode 4. I know Toku Society is working really hard to finish Gabber's Bad Day episode 1. The podcasts, we're trying to do it. The Kenshin Plays, we're trying to maybe make it a little better with like more genre-centric focus. And we may be trying to get more team members, not official team members, but more people to come in and help us real quick, like more of a hands-on deck kind of thing. All hands on deck. So that's kind of it. Oh, and Hammond Gaming, the YouTube partnership. So yeah, that also really screwed us. I totally forgot about that in terms of the fund issue. Being partnered was really excited because we were like, okay, this might be a way for us to make money to where we can, have that revenue stream come in. But then, of course, like a month later, YouTube pulled the plug on us, and now we aren't making any revenue. Since we only made about like $10 in revenue, to be honest. And since we didn't make that $100 threshold, YouTube just completely robbed us of that $10. We didn't make that $10. That didn't go into our budget at all. So we lost that money. So now we're back on just a free channel. We don't have ads. We don't make ad revenue and I don't know if YouTube put ads on our videos, but it goes to them. It doesn't go to us. I'm pretty sure of that. So, and there's this, we talked about the reason why YouTube pulled the plug, and they said that was because we have content that's too repetitive. But they were super vague about it, and there's nothing we can do about it. So I have no idea what we can do about that. So we're kind of screwed in terms of YouTube partnership stuff. So that's not really the thing. So that brings me to 2 ideas to try and breathe life into this studio and try to bring it back. The first thing is to do somewhat of a fundraiser. Actually, technically, it's kind of just one. It kind of just is fused into one thing. It's just a big fundraiser. Like, flat out, do a GoFundMe and just say, this is a budget that we need, like, to have all these projects done. And we just need a budget. Like, that's it. So this isn't a Patreon thing. This is more of a, here, we need a budget, and it's like a one-time donation. Are you guys willing to help support the channel so that we can put out all this content? So I'm going to be posting something here real soon. I got to just type it out real quick. Let's see. Would you guys support a fund? Let's see. Okay, so this is what I am doing here. Let's see. Does this see how? Oh, oh, that kind of sucks. The question's too long. Okay. Um. Will that work? Okay. Let's see. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. First time I'm using this little thing here, so give me 1 second. Um. Oh, here we go. That's a good way of doing it. Okay, maybe. Okay, so I put in the chat here a poll, but I'm actually not too sure where it popped up because it didn't show up in the chat. I don't know. Can you guys see a poll thing that just put up? That was just put up. Okay, you can look at it. Okay, so this is so basically this is kind of a deal. Like, would you guys be willing if we set up something where it was like a GoFundMe and we had this amount of money? We said, look, this is the amount we need to finish Kenshin Chaos season 1. This is the amount we need to maybe give more incentive to Toku Society to maybe finish Gabber's Bad Day faster, maybe to give him more of a priority on it, right? And then other budget to go towards, maybe the future projects or something, whatever we need. So that's kind of the deal. So there's a poll here if you guys are interested in, looking at that. It's somewhere in the chat, I think. It's like right here. I don't know if it shows up or not. It's kind of a weird deal. It's not in the in there, but I can also put the poll up later. You guys can do that as well. So and I'm like, if you guys say yes to this poll, that's kind of like saying like, yeah, you would do it, because the thing I've seen before is everyone will say yes to something, and then when we actually do it, when we actually say, hey, here it is, no one does it. So if you guys really, this is more of a test run here. Like, would you guys just be interested? Like, would you guys do it? And you can say no. Like, if you say no, I really don't want to do it, then say no. I don't want you guys lying to us. Don't kiss our asses and say, oh yeah, we'll do it. No, just if you can't donate money, don't do it. We don't want you, we don't want to do that to you guys. So just be honest. If you guys say, I mean, I would say at the minimum, to finish Kenshin Chaos season 1, Gabber's Bad Day, and to produce Kaiju Fantasy Battle season 2, off the top of my head, guys, it'd be like around $500 or something like that. If we had like $500, that would definitely help boost something. So that's off the top of my head. That's without any planning, papers, trying to figure out each episode and how that's going to work. That's just a very quick, rough estimate. So that's kind of where we're at, because Patreon isn't doing enough for us right now. Even though we really do love the support that's still on there, but it's not enough. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah. So and it would be a whatever price. There's not going to be like, if it's it has to be this amount, but no, like it could be $1 if that's all you can afford. Like, that's fine. But that's just the thing. So obviously, if we do come up with a GoFundMe idea, you guys will know. We'll post an announcement. We'll post like, here's where it is. Here's how long the campaign's going for. Let's see how much we can raise, and we'll go from there. This poll here in the chat, this is literally just to get an idea. Like, it's just me to get a visual idea of like where we're at here. But that's it. So it's not like all of a sudden the GoFundMe's out right now. Like, no, we haven't made it yet. I'm just getting an idea, rough estimate. So okay, I'm gonna leave the rest of this time for Q&A. So if you guys have any questions regarding the channel and where we're going, what we're doing, how we're doing it, now's your time to ask, and I can hopefully answer those questions for you. Yeah, so let's do that. So the floor is open to you guys to ask the questions, and I will try to answer them. We'll probably do this for like another 10-15 minutes, and then I'll probably end the stream here. So it doesn't need to go on for too long. So you guys just need to let me know. Ask the questions. Boop, boop, boop. So I will await the questions. So Don't worry, nobody ask all at once. Unless you guys don't have questions. If you don't have questions, then that's fine. Then we'll just, sign off here. But if you do, let us know. So, or let me know. Anyways, so let's see. Godzilla Reader, if you need something to cheer you up, a friend of mine and myself are making a video on his channel, and we are talking about Kudajira. Ah, well, that's always cool. That's always exciting. We love to see stuff that Kudajira is involved with. All right. Akno Goji, what's up, man? All right. It looks like none of you have questions. I think. Oh, here we go. Gabe Del Toro. Will Kudajira ever fight the giant condor? No, I don't think so. Unless it's like some kind of really fun short animation where we do that. But that's kind of it. Also, I just want to mention that if any of the team members are watching this right now, because this was a very impromptu live stream, if I have said anything in this live stream that is incorrect, please let me know, and I will I will pin the comment and fix the errors that I might have said during this stream. Because like I said, I thought of this stream yesterday, and the team didn't really know about it. I only asked Nico, and that was just kind of how that was. Because I just wanted to get to you guys. I just wanted to ask you guys, like, hey, here's what we're at. Here's where we're at. So, all right, Hammond Gaming. I mean, tough times do come with every single business-related plan such as these. Just trust the process and everything will be okay. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is that there's no time limit with us. There's no, deadline we have to do things with. We're just sad that we can't make the content quick enough for you guys to actually enjoy it. That's why we're, or at least that's why I'm disappointed in how things have gone, is that we're just very slow right now. Like, I wish we could just put all this out for you guys so you guys can enjoy it. That's just kind of where we're at. Godzilla Reader, especially since no one has ever done this type of video, we are literally the first ones doing it. Okay, awesome, Godzilla Reader. Send me a link when it's done. I'd love to look at that. So, all right. So it looks like in terms of the poll, there were 6 people that voted. They said yes, they would support a fundraiser. 83% people said it, and no said 17% said no. So, okay. So it looks like you guys are open to the idea of a fundraiser. If we do it, when we do it, whatever. Aknagoji, what if I would donate $100? Would you like that? Oh, of course, man. But any price, any number would, even if it was $1, it would be awesome. Hammer Gaming, if you do the GoFundMe and it flops, say like $10, would that affect anything? Yeah, I mean, if it's a major margin of like, here, we needed 500 and all of a sudden we only made $50, I would consider that a flop, and that wouldn't really help us. We need that budget. If we don't make that budget, that's not gonna help. So if we make $50, that's a little bit good. I mean, obviously that's cool that someone donated that much, but it still wouldn't get us to that point where, hey, now we can feel confident in actually like making this stuff quick. So it would still take long. Godzilla Kiryu, is there any other Kenshin podcast you planned out other than the Where Should the Heisei series stop? No, the only one we're at right now is that one, because we just don't know about future stuff right now. So we're just kind of trying to figure out what to do at this moment. No, we haven't figured anything out for the next one. So Godzilla Reader, probably a question with an obvious answer, but have you read both the Kujiro fanfiction and the Godzilla Kenshin fanfiction? I have not had the full time to read that. No, have I? Did I? I think I read both chapters of the Godzilla Kenshin fanfiction, but I don't think I finished the Kudajira fanfiction one, Godzilla Reader. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm at. Yeah. So I know I haven't finished the Kudajira fanfiction. Just been, like this whole stream has said, all of us have been busy with so many things. It's tough. So, yeah. All right, I'll probably have this go for another 5-ish minutes, and we'll see where we're at. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. If the stream ends and you guys have questions, then just let me know. Akna Goji, when is Kenshin Plays Among Us episode 3 coming out? I don't know. I said earlier in the stream that Brandon right now, he's still currently working on episode 3 and 4. But I have no idea when that's going to be fully finished. Like I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah. But you'll know you'll know when it's done because we'll upload it. So Hammond Gaming, if I'm being honest, the channel itself needs to grow exponentially in order for anything substantial in terms of financial support to occur. I agree, Hammond Gaming. I completely agree. It's what I call the vicious cycle. You need content to make money, but you need money to make the content. If you don't have the content, you don't make the budget. But if you don't have the budget, you can't make the content. The content. You see what I'm getting at here? I completely agree with you, man. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Hamid. Like that's the vicious cycle. Is that we want to make the content, but we need the funds. But we need to make that content to make people interested in giving us the funds. It's just it sucks. What if we help try and spread the channel as best we can? Yeah, I mean, you guys, please, please. I mean, especially if we do a GoFundMe, even if you can't donate to it, spread the word. Be like, hey, these guys need help. Like, these guys are really cool. I know what they're capable of. They have a lot of potential. They just need the funds. They need the people. They need the man work or the manpower. They need to be able to do that. Yeah, definitely go out and spread the word. Say like, hey, Kenshin Studios is a cool place. They need support. They need this or whatever. Like, yeah, like talk to everybody. Spread it on social media. All that kind of stuff. Yes, Acno Goji. There's four full. In total, there's 4 episodes of the Among Us Kenshin plays. Yeah. Godzilla Reader, also regarding the video on Kudajiro, so far my friend posted the intro teaser for the video that I can send to you if you want. Yeah, sure, you can do that. That's fine. Yeah. So that sounds good. Yeah. All right. All right, I'm going to end the poll because it doesn't look like no one else is doing that one. So, all right, got about 2 more minutes. Anyone else have any more questions? If not, then I think I'm going to end it here. So, oh, there's the there's the results of that. So you guys can see the results for yourselves right there. That's cool. I like how that happened there. So we're trying, guys. We're trying. We just need some kind of miracle to happen. That's really what it is. We just need something to break where that can happen. So yeah. Well, Acno Goji, we split up the footage into 4 parts. So that's why you might not remember doing a 4th, because we took all the recordings that we did and we just cut it into 4 bits. So that's where we got 4 from. So yeah. Guys, the only thing I can say is that everything goes all right for you all of you wonderful people. Thank you. Yes. I mean, and trust me, guys, being like a creative lead and stuff with Kenshin Studios and all that, and the people that I work with, they deserve to get paid for this. Kyle, Robert, Vinny, Sean, Nico, all of us deserve to get paid for this kind of work that we're doing. And it sucks that I can't do that for them. Like, it really sucks that I have to ask them to do all this stuff for free. It really sucks. So if the day could ever come where I could be that boss, I guess, and I put in quotes as a boss because I don't really see myself as one, but at being a co-creative lead along with Nico, both of us would love to be that person that we can here's a payday for your hard work. Like, we would love to do that. But yeah. Hammond Gaming, if you were to give rough estimates, where do you see Kenshin in 10 years time? Well, gosh, that's hard to say. If you told me a year ago, I would have said we would have had Kenshin Chaos Season 1, 2 done. We would probably be working on 3. We would have Gabra's Bad Day finished. We'd have Kaiju Fantasy Battle Season 2 finished. We would have that Godzilla Atari trilogy animated series finished, and we would probably be in the works of our original big projects, like our original big film that we want to do with the Kenshin universe that we are, have in our head. That's where I think we would have been in 10 years if you would have asked me a year ago, where everything was looking good. Now though, I don't know, guys. I don't know, because what I'm looking at and this is just my perspective. This is not related to anyone else on the team. I don't know how. I don't know what other people would think, but this is just my opinion on this. I look at it this way: Kenshin Studios is in two paths. We have one path where we just keep on going and we see what happens, and I'm prepared for that. Like I'm prepared to see like let's see where we go. Or the other path is we just fiddle out. To be honest, all of us move. We all have big jobs or something. I get some gig somewhere. Nico goes somewhere. Sean goes somewhere. Vinny gets his gig at a cooking place. Kyle, Robert, and Brandon all get some job somewhere else, or they have to do something else and have to leave the group or something. I see that could also happen in the next 10 years where we kind of just phase out. I hope that doesn't happen, but I'm prepared for that inevitability if that is the fact of if that is the fate of Kenshin Studios. So I see it. There's two paths. That's the two ways that we could go. Is we keep on going and we hit that snowball and we really do well later, or we don't. It's just kind of where we're at. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. I've talked. This is about an hour, so it's pretty good. So I just want you guys to know, thank you for the support. Thank you so much. I mean, we've been quiet for a long time, but we thank you guys for sticking with us and for just, enduring the long wait times for certain pieces of content. But I can tell you, Gabber's Bad Day episode 1, hopefully this month. By the end of this month, hopefully you guys will be able to see something. I'm really hoping, because I'm really excited for it. But in terms of Kenshin Chaos, I hope that episode 4 can get done before the year is up. And then maybe with episode 5, 6, 7, or whatever, we can hopefully get some more people to help, and that can be a quicker process. And then Fantasy Battle Season 2 can be a pretty good process as well, hopefully. And that's kind of it. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. It's not complete doom and gloom, but it's it's just realistic. It's just kind of like, yeah, things kind of suck right now. If I'm being completely honest, from my perspective in the studio, it could be different from others. Maybe Nico doesn't think it is. From my perspective, though, keep that in mind. If Nico was here, he could say his part. But maybe he will. Maybe he'll post in the comments or something. I don't know. But like I said, if the team is watching, if I said anything incorrect, please let me know. I'll correct it later. This is just coming from my head. So, all right, guys. I will talk to you all later. And we will see you guys hopefully soon. If not, then I don't know. But thank you guys so much for your support and all that stuff. We really appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to sign off. See you guys later.